how are you? Hope you're having a great week. Well, today I'm going to be making pancit, which is the Filipino noodles. And this is a shout out to my friend and coworker Jackie for requesting this recipe. She was saying, oh, I'd like to see a pancit recipe, so I'm doing this for her. And of course, it's going to be done two ways. The first one I'm going to show you is vegan noodles. Vegan pancit noodles, and then the second one is going to be a chicken pancit. So it's exciting. I'm glad you guys can join me today. So let's get started. Now the recipe is pretty simple. So for the tofu pancit, or for the vegan pancit, we just need tofu. It's like a 12-ounce package of those fried tofu. That I put in and sliced into like little bite-sized pieces. And then I also did an extra, this is nice, Chinese mushrooms. They're called wood's ear mushroom, or they come in dried, and it's also actually labeled black fungus on the wrapper. So I can show you. It's find it in the Asian store, see, like this, and it says dried black fungus, or it's also known as wood's ear. This one is a 2.5-ounce pack, so you could soak it in cold water for like half an hour to an hour, and then chop it up into bite-sized pieces. So that, some carrot sticks. You can buy this at the grocery store already all sliced up like that. And then cabbage. So the carrot sticks is just one large size carrot that I've chopped up into little sticks. Again, you can buy it in the grocery store already made like that. And then a quarter of a head of cabbage. And I chopped it up into bite-sized pieces. So, okay, let's get started. Oh, and noodles, don't forget. Now this is a special Filipino noodles. It's the brand here is right there on the top, but it's just called Pancit Canton, and you're gonna see that on the pack. See right there? I don't know if you can read it. Pancit Canton. And this is a 16-ounce pack. I'm gonna use 8 ounces for the tofu, and I'm gonna use the other 8 ounces for the chicken pancit. All right, so let's get started. Let's heat up our pan here. So turn it on, stir fry. Now I've got the pan set to hot. And what we're gonna do is build flavor on the tofu, because as you know, tofu is pretty neutral and it doesn't have much of a flavor. So, I don't know, I tried eating one of these earlier and they taste good. I mean, they're already fried, deep fried. That's why they hold their shape. And we're just gonna quickly stir fry them here. And we're gonna add some onions, green onions, and garlic. Like you could use 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, more or less up to how much you want. But I ran out of onions, and I don't want to run to the store with the whole situation we have right now on lockdown. So I'm just going to use dried garlic powder. So we'll see how that works out, but it should work out pretty well because it's intensely flavored. So now we are heating up our pot. I put a little bit of oil there earlier. Let me just do a little bit over here now. Okay. See it smoking? I don't know if you can see it smoking, but I see it smoking. So I'm gonna put in the tofu, just get them warmed up. Building flavor. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Put a little bit over them because we want them to kind of brown. And then a little bit of salt. As you can see, I can be ambidextrous when I'm cooking. And then some, pepper. No, I mean garlic. Garlic. Okay. As you know, I don't measure, so I just kind of eyeball. And then pepper. Okay. Start flipping. Ooh, that's pretty fast. Oh my goodness. You can see it getting brown. Maybe not quite so hot. Okay, so we've heated up the tofu. So now, now we're gonna put the aromatics. We already put the garlic in, so now we just wanna put in the lovely smell of that onion. So here's some oil, just a little drizzle, and then I'm gonna use half of this. The other half is for the chicken. That's just like three green onions. You know, the long green onions. Okay, needs a little bit more oil, because you know oil is what's going to carry the flavor of the food. So let's just mix it up now. Now that tofu should start to smell and take on that aroma of the onions, because it's stir frying in there. Okay, I'm going to lower the heat a little bit more, just because we don't want this to be burnt as toast. We just want to flavor the tofu. Okay, and then while that's cooking, I'm going to set up the broth. So we're going to need vegetable broth, and I'm going to put this in here. So this is a vegetable broth, about 32 ounces. I'm going to put half, so about 16 ounces. You need to boil it and make sure that the 8 ounces of noodles can boil in there and absorb the vegetable broth. And I'm going to put, just to put a little bit more flavor, I'm going to do a little bit of the green onions in the broth to flavor it a little bit more. Okay? And I'm going to put this up for a boil while that's cooking. Okay, let's cover that so it boils quickly. I think I didn't use it, so I'm gonna... Okay. Alright, now this, oh, I wish you could smell it. It smells so heavenly. Well, I'm just so happy you can join me here today. I'm cooking dinner after work and want to make it pretty quick. My son is excited that I'm making pancit. He's like, yay! It's one of his favorites. And pancit is a staple Filipino dish, and my mom always makes it on our birthday because, the noodles, long noodles represent long life. It's the Asian, saying, I should say. And so she never lets our birthday go on without pancit. Pancit, lumpias, those are the two core things that she makes. But I make pancit anytime because I crave it. My kids crave it. I'm sure you crave it too, because it's so good. And it's really, really easy to make. All right, so let's pump up the heat there a little bit. Okay, now we are gonna cook the wood's ear. Now we don't wanna cook this too hot because it was dehydrated, and then we rehydrated it with water. So we just wanna quickly flavor it. Toss it and put some, flavor and aroma in there so it can mix with the onions. So I'm making a space right here. It's probably hard for you to see because it's, black mushrooms. And the iron pan is black. But you can see it it's like half of the, the pan. Oh my gosh, if you could smell this, it's so awesome. I'm getting hungry. So if you want to know what the wood's ear looks like, or the black fungus, just like that, bite-sized pieces. And they have a bite to them, that texture. And when I make vegan dishes, I like to have a variety of texture, just to make the dish interesting. So we've got the crunchy there from the carrot, and then we've got the semi-crunchy for the cabbage. And the cabbage makes that taste really nice, So here we go. There we go. Making some room again in the middle. And then the key thing to this is just adding a little bit of oil here and there. So making a little opening in the middle. I'm putting in the cabbage. Okay. Putting it there. And we're seasoning. Not too much. And I'm gonna make some room some more. Some more cabbage. Don't need much. This is just a quarter of a head of cabbage. Medium sized cabbage. Okay. And then we're gonna bury and do the tofu on top. That way it gets, cooked. It gets the heat from the tofu. There we go. And this right here. Okay. Then more cabbage right over here. So you can see. Okay. Then we're gonna take the tofu and cover that here. Oh wow, smells. Oh, it smells so heavenly. Okay, so let's get that cooking in there. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt and a little bit more garlic. A little bit more pepper. Again, this is to your taste, so if you're not sure, just put in a little bit at a time, and then after the dish goes together, you can taste it and see if you want to add more. You can't take less, so you're not sure how much seasoning you want to put in. I would just do a little bit at a time. But as you're cooking, it's good to put your seasonings in and not wait till the end, because it does help develop the flavor and put flavor in the food. Oh, doesn't that look good? Vegan pancit, yum yum. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So excited to eat this. Okay, so I'm gonna check the vegetable broth, see if it's boiled. So here's the broth. And I'm going to take the noodles out and literally you just dump it in. There we go. So, all right. Now we're gonna submerge it in there and then flip this over. So the trick to cooking this is making sure that we're flipping so that each of the noodles have a chance to go into the broth. And that just helps them, you know, evenly absorb, so the noodles can evenly absorb the broth. So give it a few seconds, and then when it looks like it's done, we are gonna add these guys into here. Okay, now I'm gonna taste this, because usually whatever the flavor is that's in the broth, that's what's gonna go into the food. So if it needs some seasoning, now's the time to check it. It's perfect. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna add the other veggies in there, the stir fry. I wish you could come and eat this with me. Come and eat, please. I love to feed you. This is actually why I started a channel. It is because I usually love to, you know, cook food for my friends, co-workers, and neighbors. And then with the pandemic, not a lot of people are going to the office. There's no outlet for me to share my food. So here I am. Which is good, because then I get to share my recipes with you guys. And, you know, let me know. Give me your feedback, your comments. If you want me to, if you're curious if I have a recipe for something. Okay, I'm gonna plate this, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I've plated this. I have to use two hands because I can't use one hand to just dump everything in. I didn't want to spill it, so I had to go off camera. But here is the pancit. Here we go, and then I'm adding the carrots after it's cooked. And the reason why I do that is because I kind of like my carrots crunchy. I don't like it all limp and mushy. Plus it retains some of its, you know, nutrients. So I like to just put it on afterwards, and you can give it a mix around so it gets some heat and it won't taste so raw. Yeah, just give it a good mix. And again, it's just 1 carrot that's shredded, or you can buy it, you know, pre-julienne like this, but I just buy the regulars and cut it. Takes about, you know, the prep takes about 10-15 minutes for the cabbage and the carrots. Alrighty, and the wood ear. So let's put some green onions to make it look so pretty and garnish that. And it gives it a really nice smell. So here you are, my vegan pancit. I hope you enjoy. And I really would love for you to enjoy. Let me know, comments, and let me know how it goes for you, okay? Please try it. I wish I could just invite you over and serve this to you. But the next best thing is the recipe. So anyway, thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing here and, you know, showing you the recipes. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. Thank you. Bye.